Hi, welcome back to the final episode of my Hoarder Aftermath series, and today I'm going to be doing two bedrooms, one of which has a little bit of stuff and a lot of dirt, and the other bedroom has a lot of stuff and also a lot of dirt. If you haven't seen the other videos in this series, I've created a playlist on my channel called Hoarder Aftermath, and you don't need to see those in order to get this video, but it helps. In those other videos, I explain what's going on and sort of the history of the house and how it got in this condition. So I won't recap that here. To get things started, I'm going to move to the bedroom that has the least amount of stuff, and I'm going to just start moving stuff out of that room and placing it in the room that has the most stuff, which is right across the hall. Then once I have that stuff moved, I'm going to sweep and then vacuum the room. And the reason I'm vacuuming is because no matter how much I sweep, there's still going to be just an absolute ton of dust in this room. Also, we're dealing with a lot of mouse feces and bird feces in this room, and so it's one of those better safe than sorry sort of situations. All I do is put my vacuum on the hard floor settings, and that on a lot of vacuums that will stop the bristles from running, but really this floor is in such bad condition that it doesn't matter if the bristles are running or not. Next, I'll sweep the cobwebs off of the walls. I also do the ceilings here, but I forgot to point the camera up because I'm an idiot. But once I get the cobwebs off of there, then I will switch to the window sills and get those with a shop vac. Now, I didn't do any cleaning on the windows themselves, as in the glass. And I did on the other rooms. On this one, there was broken glass. The windows were having difficulty going up and down. And so I was also pressed for time. So I just decided to concentrate on the rooms and specifically the floors in order to get this hoard completed and to get this at least where the owner could walk through here without having to step through piles and piles of mouse droppings. When I get all the main crud off the floors, I'm going to use Lysol floor cleaner. And I usually use Pine Sol lemon scent because I can't handle the smell of regular Pine Sol. But Pine Sol recently had to recall like 37 million units of Pine Sol because there was a possibility of bacteria being in it. So I did the next best thing, which was Lysol floor cleaner, and I mixed that at 4 times its normal strength. I let that set for a few minutes, and then I come back with a little rubber bristled broom, and I will put a link to one of those. It's an Amazon affiliate link. I'll leave it in the description. The one I'm going to link is bigger than the one I'm using now, but it's actually quite a bit better. After I've scrubbed the floor with my little broom thingy, I'm going to scrape clumps off the floor with a paint scraper. And the clumps it's pretty nasty, but it's basically smashed mouse poop. And over time, it's compressed and left these little splotches of poop all over the floor. So it's easier to scrape off of there whenever the floor is wet like this. So after I scrape the clumps, then I'm going to use my carpet cleaner as an extractor. I'm not using this to clean the floor. All I'm doing is using it to suck up the nasty, dirty water that's on there so I don't have puddles of cleaner setting on hardwood. Once the floor is clean, or at least it's first pass clean, I'm going to use Mr. Clean on the walls and just wipe them down. The walls are not terribly dirty, but they do have some spots and stuff on it, and you can tell that it's dull from the dust and stuff like that. And these walls in particular they're panel, but they're kind of like paneling, but they're actual wood. So I want to take care of those as well as I can, at least make them shine up a little bit better than they are. After I've cleaned the walls with Mr. Clean, then I will switch to Murphy's oil soap and then mop this whole floor. Now, switching to the other room, here's where the really nasty fun part starts. I need to clean and move anything that's salvageable out of here. And even if it's not salvageable, like if this dresser that I'm cleaning is not able to be saved, I still don't want to move it when it's covered in mouse feces and urine and dust and dirt and grime. I want to at least get that clean and move it into the other room. That way, one, it has a place that looks nice. And two, if the owner decides that he wants to keep it, fine, that's his choice. But I don't want to just take a nasty, dirty, filthy dresser and just shove it out of the way. So I'm going to do that with every major piece of furniture that I find in this room as I move it out. So I'm not just dumping trash from one room to the next room. Now, most of the stuff in this room is trash and it's going directly into a dumpster. Anything questionable that I find that I'm not sure whether it's going to be a keep or a trash, I'm going to clean it up and knock at least the biggest part of the gunk off of it and then set it aside in one of the other bedroom closets, stacked in a nice, neat manner so that the owner can come back, open the closet, and at a glance know what he wants to throw away versus what he wants to keep. And things like that are, say, baseball cards. I found 3 boxes of baseball cards and some games, some home movies. I found just a mountain of family photographs, and those may be ruined. But to me, that's not my decision to throw those away. That's not up to me. So it's easier just to set it aside and let the owner go through these. Now, this bed frame I think is in good condition. It is pretty filthy, so I'm going to clean this up and then move it to the other room and set the bed frame back up. And then if the owner wants to continue using it, that's great. He can put a mattress and box springs on it. If not, he can always throw it away. But I mean, it takes me a whole 30 seconds to set that bed frame up, so it's not any extra work. I'm just going to clean it up, move it in the other room, and set it up and let him decide. Now we're finally getting to the floor. And this floor doesn't, I mean, it looks bad, but it doesn't look crazy bad until I start to sweep. This area that I'm at right now was a pile of like clothing and bags and stuff like that, but mice and rats have made nests out of it, and there's a whole bunch of feces here. So I'm just going to sweep that up, get it in the trash, and then when you see me sweep the rest of this floor here in just a little bit, it'll blow your mind. It's so bad. It's so much worse than I thought it was going to be, even looking at it. Like when I'm looking at it, I can tell it's bad, but once I start to sweep, I'm like, oh wow, yeah, that's really, really bad. Now I'm doing the same thing with this dresser as I did with the bed frame and with the other dresser. I'm going to clean it up, move it to the other room. This also happens to be a part of a set. And there's some leg damage on one of these, and I don't remember which one it is. But I brought the broken leg in with the other one. That way, if they want to repair these, clean them up even more than what I've cleaned them, and keep that as a matching set, they are really nice dressers. It's like heavy wood. This mirror actually goes to the dresser that I just moved into the other room, and it's super heavy. So I want to go ahead and clean that up and then bring it into the other room and put it on that dresser. It does have a mount for the back, but the mount is broken. It can be repaired. I just didn't have the stuff or the time to repair that today. So my goal there is just to clean it up as best I can and then put it on top of the dresser that it belongs with. Now I know nobody's going to use that TV unless they've got like some old school games, which he does. He's got like a Nintendo and a Super Nintendo and stuff in there, so he could still use it. But even if he doesn't use it, it's the same thing as some of this other furniture. I want to clean it up, put it in a nice spot, and that way I'm not just leaving it with crap all over it. Now we're getting to the sweeping. And as I circle this room and I start bringing more and more debris towards the center, you can tell how extraordinarily bad this is in here. Now I'm going to follow it up with a vacuum just like I did in the other room, and the reasoning is the same exact thing. I want to get as much of this dust out of here as possible so that whenever I spray this down with Lysol, it doesn't create a mud field. It doesn't create a swamp in this room. Now we're going to go ahead and spray this down with Lysol and then let it set for, I think I let this one set for about 10 or 15 minutes. And then I come back and scrub it with my little scrubby thingy, the rubber bristled broom. And then I go through the scraping thing again. And this room was really, really bad with ground in mouse droppings. And so this took me a long time, and my legs were on fire by the time I was done with this because I'm a big dude. It doesn't look like it in the video, but I'm 6'4" and I'm about 200 pounds. So sitting down in that catcher's pose while I'm squatting is fire on my legs. It burns so bad. Also, I happen to be a huge wuss, and so that doesn't help either. Now I can come back and extract using the carpet cleaner. And again, I just want to remind people that I'm not using the carpet cleaner to clean these floors. All I'm using it for is to suck up the old, nasty, dirty water. Then I'm going to do something I call dirty mopping, and that's I'm using the old mop water from the other room. And the reason I don't care if I'm using dirty water or not is after all that scraping, this is liquefied feces on the floor. And so I'm going to use that mop to soak up as much of that as possible. And then after I'm all done with this, then I'll change the mop water, clean out the old nasty stuff from the mop with a hose outside. And then I will finish this with Murphy's oil soap. I only show myself mopping once here. I actually mopped 4 times, and I changed the water 3 times. I really hope you enjoyed this series. It was a lot of work, and I could clean it even more than what it's cleaned now. But I have quite a large list of people who have asked for my help. So I want to go back to cleaning as soon as possible for people who still live in their homes. They need help cleaning, but they can't afford a housekeeper. That's the whole reason that I do this, is to offer free help for people who need it. If you'd like to see me doing more projects like this in the future, just let me know. I'll look around and do my best to find houses like this. I have been in touch with some people who work for the state, and they do have hoarder houses that are in need of being cleaned up. So I do have contacts where I could do more of these. Thanks to everyone who subscribed. That means quite a bit to me. And if you haven't subscribed already, have fun being an evil devil worshiper. I'm sorry, I did not mean to say that. Sometimes I just get a little worked up.